Well, that's an unmistakable backdrop, the Grand Palace here in the centre of Bangkok. And that seems highly appropriate given the fact that this city was identified as the 7th most at risk from the impacts of climate change in a recent study. So it seems that now and here is entirely appropriate to hold Renewable Energy World in Asia. Well, I've just come out of the Renewable Energy World Conference here at the rather impressive Impact Centre in Bangkok. And exactly as anticipated, there's quite a heated debate going on about the best way to introduce renewable energy across this region, and specifically the ASEAN countries. And that's not surprising really, because there's a genuine opportunity in this part of the world to best utilise some extremely good thinking and planning which has been going on by some of the regional governments here. So, for example, like Thailand, who've done some extremely good work in the background, working out what types of technologies they want, what's going to be appropriate for the needs of the country. The point they're at now is how best to go from that academic thinking through to actual delivery of technology on the ground. And that's where the debate is really starting to heat up. Now, I was asked to come here and talk about policy, and one of the key things that I tried to get across today was the fact that I think the best way to deliver this is not simply to repeat what's been done elsewhere, not to do, say, what's been done in the European Union. I think one of the key things that we were getting across was the need to get 4 different groups of people to coordinate their approach to this problem. One group clearly is the government, many of whom have done some extremely good work. The second group is business. They must have a clear definition of what the reasonable rate of return is that they're going to get for their investment, and to know that that return is going to be secure in the long term. No place for short-term politics. We're talking 25 to 30 years, and as long as they can see that, investment money will flow. And the third group that I think we've really missed an opportunity to get involved in the debate here are environmental NGOs. You see, the problem is that whenever you do research to demonstrate who the people, the public, trust on environmental issues, the people they least trust are the government and business. So we need somebody else to help. And the group most trusted by the public are environmental NGOs and independent scientists, universities and the like. And we need to bring them into the debate, and they could have a role to help us to communicate why this change needs to happen. And the fourth and final group, which we definitely have to communicate more effectively with, particularly in this part of the world, is the public. You see, the public have gone through a period without even thinking about their energy very much, and they've been receiving it at a relatively cheap price, and that's about to change. And in order for them to accept that change, they need to understand a very simple process. Number one, there is a problem. We must get more renewable energy, and why? And guess what, guys? It's going to cost. Number two, once the people understand there's a problem, we want them to work with us to desire a solution to that problem. And that's where the NGOs come in. And number three, then you deliver that solution. And that's where government and business can work together to get the technology on the ground as quickly as possible. It's not something that can't be done. I'm very optimistic that it can be done here in Asia, but I do think that we need to start changing the way we're engaging with the public.